Hey, welcome in B94.9 WATV. On Sunday nights, the V stands for vital. Let me turn that off. What is all that? Okay, so welcome in. Got a big crew in the building. Uh, a lot of people got the message and answered the call. Every year around this time, I say, hey, we're looking for new people. And when I tell you the new people showed up and we've been waiting on this moment forever, they weren't supposed to start until the first Sunday in March, but they're here. And not only are they here, but of course, the crew is in the building. So Fly Dave is over there in the cut. Hey, say hey, Dave.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm here. There I go. Yeah, there I go. I'm in there. Bye.
He'll be back. All right, so Vital Village. You all just tell us who you are. You just say your name to get started. They see you on the screen, but tell them who you are.
Hey, I'm our Lillian Kate Bushlon.
All right, Lillian. Hey.
Oh, hey, I'm Antoine DeMarcus.
Antoine DeMarcus, okay.
Hello, Kathy B, Miss Kay Johnson.
Kathy B, welcome. Who else we got?
Hey, it's none other than the one and only Big Daddy's in the building.
Big Daddy.
It gave Barry White, didn't it?
Huh?
It gave Barry White, didn't it?
Hey, everybody, it's Israel Williams.
Okay, Israel Williams. Welcome in, everybody. I'm really excited about this. So we just jumped in. You all did not know. Did you think you would be on tonight? Was that the thought?
No, I thought this was a meet and greet. We was gonna have juice and cake in the back. But yeah, right.
Pass out a couple brochures. Think about it.
I thought about it, but I think you all are pretty good, pretty vital. I see. We are wrapping up Black History Month today, so we're definitely going to talk about that. What it looks like moving forward. Did we really do enough in this 20? I think we'll have 28 days. Did we do enough? What does that look like? How do you feel about Black History Month 2023? Black resistance. What does moving up look like? Moving on up to the east side. What does that look like in 2023? And then we have other topics that we'll be discussing that we started discussing off air. I think those are really going to get you going because I'm quite interested in what's Zesty in 2023. And this kind of comes on the heels of two conversations that we had. We saw a lot of breaking news, not really breaking news, but a lot of people talking about Zaya Wade and Dwayne Wade. And I heard Dwayne's ode to Zaya. Pretty moving. So talk about that. And anything else that comes up within the hour, we'll discuss those things as well. So welcome in to everybody. If you're watching on any of the streams, check in. Let us know where you are, who you are. We want to shout you out for vibing with us for our weekly Vital show. So let's get started with what this week has looked like for each of us as far as being Black. Like, how Black have you been this week? Not Black enough?
Very Black.
Pull your mic to you.
Very Black. I got the opportunity to partake in the A.G. Gaston conference on Tuesday.
Okay, that is big.
And I was very excited to be in the room with some very prominent leaders and business owners in the city. And so it was very inspiring to see how our Black culture have evolved and how they have passed the torch on and continuing the legacy of A.G. Gaston.
That's big. I do. Okay, so that's a big move. That was real Black of you. What else has happened this week for you all? Anything interesting? Anything real Black for anybody else this week?
When we say Black,
what are we talking? Black.
What exactly are we talking about here?
What does it sound like? What does the question say to you?
I don't know. I can do it both ways. I can be the proper Black.
I
could be the
either way. Okay. Your Black is beautiful. Your Black is Black.
Your
Black is Black.
Is that too Black?
What?
I bought some stamps. Is that too
Black? What kind of stamps?
Is that some yamps, as we say.
Yeah.
Some yamps.
Okay.
Yams.
Okay.
Right, because chicken eggs still going up.
All right.
You know, I'm hipping. Somebody struggling, ain't got no money.
Look, make it sound real good. Okay, so you did a couple things in this one act. Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Being really Black over the week, what did you do? This is like the last full week of Black History Month. Have you done anything that you did or that you were a part of stand out to you as something that was really Black?
I shot up to Huntsville for a second. The Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated had our Southeastern regional.
Yes. Okay.
So we painted the town, Pink and Green in Huntsville, 5,000 sorority members strong.
Mm-hmm.
So we make a definite economic impact on
In
the city of
Huntsville.
Huntsville.
Okay, you all do that annually?
That is annual.
Okay.
It's for the southeastern region, so that's going to be Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and our southeastern regional director right now is actually a Birmingham's own Tracy Moran Adams. So
Yeah.
very proud of her. And my chapter, Usalan Eta Omega, won the step show.
Oh, that's
so
what's
I
up.
have a lot to be proud of this week. Also was able to go to some historically beautiful Black funeral homes in Huntsville.
Okay. So wherever you go, you have to get that piece in too.
Yes, I'm actually the president of the Alabama Funeral Directors and Morticians Association.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm in the city, I try to hit my people up.
Okay.
And it was amazing to just stop by, see my colleagues. During COVID, we really weren't able to see each other. One, we're inundated with a lot of work.
Right, right.
COVID. But also just being able to just stop by and see them in their element. Fridays is our busy day for visitation. So just seeing them there in their element, showing them support. They were glad to see me. I was glad to see them. So it's just getting us back going to seeing each other again, because most of us haven't seen each other in a while because of the pandemic.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I purposely push the Black element of getting others to go out and support small Black businesses.
Okay.
You know, from all of my platforms, my pages, and then I purposely visited several small Black businesses and entrepreneurs, and just tried to sow seed into their business and make sure that we were getting out to help keep them funded. That was my Black thing for the week.
Okay, let me think. What did I do? I really just took it easy and took care of my Black self this weekend. That's what I did. Normally I'm out moving around, but I chose to. I really had no choice but to. After the weather going up and down like it did, my allergies kicked in and I had to deal with that. So I wasn't able to do what I would have done. And I thought I wanted to do something. I was trying to go to a food truck festival, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like seeing nobody. So I ain't going. So I turned around and went somewhere else.
That introvert.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even want to do this. I'm gonna just go back, go back home. And I ended up going somewhere, trying something that I hadn't tried before, and it was an epic fail. And then I posted about it, and y'all made it even worse. So if you want to know what I'm talking about or where I went, go to my Facebook page right now at Woo Woodruff, and that's where I told the story of what I tried on yesterday. So boom, Black History Month has been a thing, and we know that when people feel as if they're doing better, they move around. When they want to do better and get better and just better, they leave the Black community and they go where they're not really welcome. Then they get upset about it. This is what I see a lot of. So I do want to talk about that before we get out of here, before we end Black History Month and what that looks like, our pride in being Black and what Black empowerment looks like, what moving on up looks like. Does it mean that you move out of the neighborhood, you put your children in schools where they are not being taught any type of Black history? They're the only Black student in the class. They talk funny. They get cracked on and bullied, but then you have friends that aren't really your friends in your neighborhood. Your neighbors don't really want you there, but since you're here, you can come over. We can play golf sometimes. Like, what is that? Is that what moving on up and being better as a Black looks like? As a Black, what y'all think it look like? Because I just gave you a rundown of some things that I've heard and seen, but I don't know that you agree with that or not.
Well, in my world, that doesn't look like moving up, only because I service my community. So
There we
go. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, my bad. So basically, I service the Black community. All of my vendors Black.
Okay.
A lot of my vendors are Black. I live in a Black community, heart of West End, Titusville. So moving up to me is just self-care and taking trips. It's not really leaving my community. I can't leave the people that feed me. So,
Okay.
I love that. I mean, it's totally Black. I mean, I honestly don't have to see other races unless I leave out of my community. I live in that community. I work in that community. All my work for different things are in that community. So I have a different outlook on what
does that look like, right?
Yeah.
So for you, moving up is more personalized. It's not this outward. I'm actually moving away and okay, I like that. Anybody else have an opinion on that? Like when we move up, it's normally that we have to go elsewhere.
I think the term moving up has been really like skewed. You know what I'm saying? Because what is moving up and what is not bettering yourself where you are. Now, I will say this as a father of young people, it kind of changes what your perspective is.
Okay.
Because let's just say I came here from Katrina, right? And so New Orleans school system was really headed in a downward spiral before Katrina. Okay, money was missing, schools were going. I was already looking for somewhere for my children to go to school after they finished elementary. But when I came here, I actually thought I was in Birmingham, but I was on 280 at the in like Inverness.
Oh, yeah, definitely not Birmingham.
But I didn't know any better. That's what I was told. I was in Birmingham. But the thing that got me was that my children went to a school that had 24 children in the class, a teacher's aide. My child was learning French in the 3rd grade. And they had an argument outside my apartment complex one day about not whether they were going to school, but what college they were going to. This was something I had never heard in my lifetime in New Orleans. So that's what allowed me to stay here. But it also allowed me to stay in the area where I was because I was impressed by that.
Okay.
Now, being a person that worked and had been in the Birmingham school system, if I had moved here at first, I would have been probably teeter-totter because there was no real big difference. So for the children, I stayed, but I didn't consider moving up because I had other people around me. I considered them being in a better area. So, I mean, for me, I'm good wherever I am as a person, but for them, I stay where I was for their educational, you know what I'm saying? Even it's like, development. Like my mother sent me to California to go to school because the New Orleans system wasn't good. So as a parent, that's my moving up, giving them the best position, and then I can come back and do what I want.
Okay. The parent piece of it, if I'm looking at the school system and I recognize that the school system is not it is not Black intensive. It's not really giving those, like I remember being in school learning about being Black. There were things that I learned that were Black, like different songs, even the conversations that we had, there was a focus on those things. I was happy to see that some of the Birmingham city schools still have that going on, but I also saw a whole lot of people posting their children, and they the only Black child in the class, and they tied in Black History Month with Mardi Gras and made that be the focus of being Black. And I said, now I hope they're teaching them at home because this ain't really that. That's not what it's about. So I just wonder what's happening to our Blackness as we continue to move on up, continue to boss up, continue to make more money, continue to be more exposed. Like, are we losing our Blackness?
I wanted to say something on that. I think the statement is situational based.
Okay.
And I think it depends on the person because it might take for one person to say, I have to come up out the neighborhood I'm in, right? Because I've been exposed to what's really in this neighborhood that a lot of people don't.
Okay.
So I don't want my next generation to kind of go that way. So it may take me moving out to what we would say suburbia.
Yeah.
And give them another form of life just to keep you away from that. Now, however, that should not lose your Blackness. You can still be who you are over in another area. It might be hard for you. Listen, I can live on 280.
Okay.
That doesn't stop me from being Black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can still have my barbecues. It might be within the confines of the HOA, but I can still be me. But that's what that took for me and my, family. Now, however, somebody else can still be raised in that same community you left out of, still move up and not be exposed to those same things.
I'm hearing that. I'm hearing you. I'm looking at them too.
This is my question, though. Here's my question.
Okay.
What is Black? See,
what is
question
Black?
is, what is Black?
Yeah.
Because when you say your Blackness, because your Blackness is different from my Blackness.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So are we talking about deep Black, light Black? We talking light skin? We talking brown skin? What Black are we talking about? Because everybody has a different meaning or whatever. But whatever your Black is, making sure that you continue to push that upon the people that you have that impression on. You know what I'm saying? And don't let what somebody else tell you. Because George moved on up, but George was just as ignorant as he was somewhere else. So his moving on up was not really moving on out. You know what I'm saying? He brought it to where he was.
Um, Black, it doesn't have any value, and it doesn't have any value because I don't love you like I love myself. I only want to see you go a little bit lower than me as a whole. So Black really is, we've lost our value because we don't love, and that's where it all stems from.
Okay, so black should be black is love, and we've lost that for each other or for ourselves. For ourselves. Okay, so
I think it depends on the village that you build around you.
okay.
Yes.
Interesting conversation. 994-8949 is the number. 994-8949 is the number. I know some people, and I'm trying not to call them out by name, who made these moves, and now they are feeling a way about the moves that they made because their children are not who they want them to be.
But
Being a product of
but
your
that goes, I
environment.
think, to the point of, do you come around them cousins?
No,
Right.
because I don't like them around them because they do the same stuff that
But
they.
that's shouldn't stop family. At the end of the
Okay.
day, that's family. And
Okay.
you got some people who won't even come to holiday dinners
Right.
because of that. But you missing out on what family really is. I can still come over here and kick it with y'all. I might not can't do that every day, but I still should come. They should still know that side of themselves. Take them around the hoods you grew up in.
So what I'm hearing that black is not ignorant. Black is not negative.
It can be depending on the situation, environment, and circumstance.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
to say what Arlene
Arlene
was saying earlier about the situations, circumstances determines the definition of blackness. So if you're raised in a low economic environment and all you see and hear is negative, then what do you think that child is going to produce? Negative. But again, if you are providing positive circumstances and situations and exposing and educating and empowering them about the different circumstances and differences that we have to learn how to live with and still be successful, I think that's where we can find growth and define the term of coming up.
Yeah, like moving up. Moving up not being a problem necessarily, but when we move up, where are we moving and how do we respond to those that we left behind or in the other night? Like that piece.
The question is, why do you want to move up? That's the question. The question is not whether you're moving up or not, but if you're moving up to run, if you're moving up because you're embarrassed, you're moving up because you think you have to get away, then that seems to be a problem because you should never be embarrassed of where you come from, who you are, and what you've learned or what has made you. Now, if you want better, you say, this is where I am, this is where I was, but this is what can better me, or this is what can better the situation. But if you're moving up to run, that's a problem too, because now you're not going to go back. You're not going to want, because you see that as a bad place. You see that as a bad situation, and you're running from there. So you're not moving up, you're running out. And that's a difference.
All right.
It's a delicate thing there. Sometimes you have to lift as you climb. You have to reach back to your community, make sure you're taking care of your community. And then there are other instances like, and I hope I'm not getting this wrong, but Young Dolph, he had no
I had to go back and get them cookies.
Yeah, he had to go back and get the cookies. But I mean, that's helping your community. But what did we lose at the same time? Nipsey, same situation. These are just public situations that, So it's a delicate line that you have to, tread. I'm always trying to lift as I climb in the community, but you're not gonna catch me on certain streets trying to lift and climb.
Okay. Okay.
It's a delicate line. I mean, I put it out there where people can be reached or they can reach me or whatever. But sometimes you just got to be smart about it and have common sense, because there are also crabs in the barrel. If you putting your arm down, trying to lift as you climb, it's gonna be some people trying to pull you back down with you. So it's a delicate line. You just gotta learn from experiences to know which you have to do in what situation.
Okay. 994-8949 is the number. Wrapping up Black History Month. Have you done enough? Have you been black enough? Are you always black enough? I talked about it at the beginning, the first Sunday of the month. When you water your blackness down, when you feel like, okay, I need to not be so black for this interview, or I'm going to this dinner at this place and I need to not be as black, those type things. Why do we deal with those things? But then on the other hand, I want to move up. I want to be better. I want to have more. And then when we start doing that, it peels back some black. Peels back some black. Dwayne is like, nah, not for me. Don't let me catch you out here with your black peel back.
Let me tell you something. You ain't gonna care because I'm blackity black. Sometimes I'm too black. But I just want to say, my wife is a corporate executive, right? And she is the example of what you're speaking of, because I asked her, I said, she's like, well, if that's what it's gonna cost me, if I'm not doing nothing immoral, illegal, or no more than what they do and representing what they do.
Okay.
When they bring because she likens it unto, if they can wear their school t-shirt, they can wear their famous alma mater, they can wear if it ain't in the handbook that you can't, because once you tell me I can't specifically wear this, then there's a bunch of other stuff that can't be worn. I mean, for Black History, she actually shops and has a Black History t-shirt for every free day that they don't have to wear corporate gear. She has Black History earrings. I'm talking about Sister Soldier time too. But and I asked him, like, you good? She like, I'm good. I said, okay, well, we good. Just make sure we're in the confines of the structure,
right?
But continue to be, because she was one of the first natural hair people at her job, and I'm talking about a big afro, and they were like, yeah, is it in the handbook? If I can't wear the afro, then what else can be worn? And you have to be willing to challenge people.
So the idea that we have to even ask, are you good? Yeah, I am. Are they good? And then I have to put my blackness into the confines of this list of things that I can't do, can't wear. What?
If you on that playing field. Now you have to be smart, because you have to know the rules in which you engage by.
Okay.
If you're in a place where they're giving you rules that you have to engage by, then you engage by those, or be willing to let them dismiss you on those rules if you feel that well about it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you give yourself to, like now, you're here on a station, but if somebody came and said you can't speak such and such, then you have to make a decision. I'm going to stand on 10 toes of what I said.
I said what I said.
Or, okay, I'll tone it down because I still need it a little bit next week. The judgment comes on you, but it's about the confines of the structure in which you are. That's my thought about it.
If we're saying to be black, could you be put in those situations to make the change? Right. To say that the next person after me doesn't have to come in and say, am I good?
Right. Because I'm good. I want you to know that when you come in that you're good, because I went on ahead and told them I ain't good with the fact that you're asking me about my afro and my Black History earrings.
Somebody has to be the sacrifice.
Okay. So moving on up. I moved to this new neighborhood. I'm the first. Now, true story. When my parents moved from Ansley to Huffman, we were the first Black family on the street. I ain't want to go because I've never been to school with white folk. I don't know what that's about to be like. But it wasn't that my parents wanted to move us away from anything. They looked for houses. They looked. The real estate agent found this nice house that was affordable. Boom, they got it. We went. Even to this day, I'm still like, dang, I wish you would have stayed on the west side. I hate the east side. It's just like, it's just not. But
east side is the best side.
No, it's not.
It is.
No. It's like
his
nothing,
family
nothing
are
blacker.
Originally from the west side.
No, it's nothing blacker than the west side, right? Like I don't know anybody who started. Wait, what?
Excuse me, but the Roebuck, Bank, Bates, Walker, Woods family, we were one of the first Black families on the east side.
On the east side, where did they move there
Woodlawn.
from?
Woodlawn.
Okay.
From the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Black history, but it just ain't.
So were the Black people always on the west side?
No.
Yes.
No.
Because I'm thinking about the song. Remember,
my mom was born and raised right
on the east
down
side
the street from Shields Cultural Arts Center. Patton Park.
Fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill.
You had to move up to the east
side, right?
The west side is always the best side and the Black side. Where you ever been on the west side of Chicago? Black.
Every west side is gonna have Martin Luther King Drive.
Right.
I know you're too young to remember this, but Inslee, West End, all these places
they were white. Yeah,
they were white.
But where were we before then?
And highly heralded it as well.
Cut off.
Like
all the Black folks was in Bessemer cut off. But well, I'm not from Bessemer. No.
Well, I mean, look at the houses.
We want to move to these places that we call or upper echelon when we're moving from places that used to be upper echelon.
True
if we would just not litter in our own community, then our community would be nice too.
Okay.
If
take care of those big, beautiful houses.
We would take care of our yard and our community, then we would get beautification awards in our community too. If we didn't put every broke down car in the front of our yard or in our yard, or we would have a nice place to live as well.
We move to places that we don't know because we have to move from places that we know too well. Right? And that's crazy to say, but that's what we do. I mean, the dream that we always have is we want better for our kids, like Big Daddy said. So for us, better for our kids is moving away from what we know all too well, because where we came from, when I ride through my mom's old neighborhood on Ana Ridge, it was nice growing up. But now she's there because she's 85 and she don't have no mortgage. But the neighborhood don't look like what I grew up in, because the people nowadays that live in the neighborhood don't take care of the property like they did. I mean, trash on the street and windows knocked out. But when I grew up, it was everybody's grass was manicured and everybody's panels was painted on the house, whatever. So now
that's what I was about to say. We lost value.
Yeah, we lost a lot of value because, like I say, we moved to places that we don't know, because the places that we move from, we know it all too well. And right now, it ain't good.
But how did that happen? Lack of education, empowerment, exposure. It does start at home, but what if at home doesn't know better?
We got people right now in the city of Birmingham that's mad at our city's administration because they feel like we haven't put enough money here and there, whatever. But you got to cut your own grass. If you got a driveway, there's no need to pull your box Chevy sitting on 32s up to the porch and sit it right there when you have a driveway. But we're mad at the administration because we think they ought to do something about it. If you see paper on the street, pick it up, put it in the trash can. But if we go way out, we're not gonna see none of that.
Right.
But like you said, that don't change your blackness, because I'm gonna still throw a heck of a cookout in Inverness.
Right.
Just like I threw one in Fountain Heights.
But again, I still, I'm a strong advocate of education. And my grandma raised me not to litter. Don't you throw no paper out that wonder. And some things
we were taught that.
Keep. Yes, we were taught that. So that's what I mean. The lack of education and empowerment. We have to, even if we move out and move up, at some point we have to reach back and educate and empower, because it does take a village.
It does. Let's go to the phone lines. Villager, you're in with the Vital Village. What's your call about? What's your question, comment, thoughts, feelings?
Hey, my name's Dre from Birmingham, Alabama.
Hey.
I live on the east side now. I used to live in West End years ago, and I had to move away because of all the littering, the shootings, and everything else going on. I don't feel that I was escaping from my blackness. but I want to do better for myself.
Okay.
So therefore, I moved.
All right.
So, well, I guess what I'm trying to say, everybody wants to do better, and everybody's not going to be on the same level as you are. If they're not on the same level, then you have to leave them behind, because everybody's not going to agree with everything you believe in.
Okay. Thank you so much. So when
You're welcome.
you move for you.
I wanted to ask him though, is he actually living better where he is?
I thought that 9948949. Call back. Call back and answer that question. Are you actually living better? And that's something I wanted to add too to what Iz was saying, and Dave too, about the upkeep of the properties. The resources are different. The resources are different, and I'm just wondering, do we take into consideration that they're different?
When you say resources, what do
You
mean?
white, you make 200,000. I'm black, I make 50,000. They're different.
It's different, but then when you think about it, back in the day, the black people did it.
Okay.
I probably couldn't pay nobody to come cut my grass, but I got out there and did it. When my children got of age, they were out there doing it.
Okay.
So we were handy back then. Granddaddy fixed the pipes on the house.
This
And he
is
had
true.
to worry about, or the drunk down the street helped it.
Why you had to be drunk? Okay, but yeah.
Because, you know, we didn't really know what we was doing. So what
We gonna
made
figure
sense
it
is
out.
going to be Nick.
What?
I was going to say, going to be nigga.
No.
Okay.
But kind of sort of like we get the point that you're making. Having to use the skills that we have to figure it out. Yeah, but I can't afford to buy a lawnmower.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
thing.
you borrow one.
Like you have these big, beautiful houses, West End, Ensley, whatnot.
Yeah.
Grandma left them to the family.
Yes.
Grandma didn't have insurance though.
Okay.
So she didn't leave money for you to take care of the house. The house has been built since the 1920s, 30s, 40s.
Yes.
It's time for a lot of things to be fixed up. So what do? You patch it, you rig it,
what?
and then it gets to the point where it's almost dilapidated. And yes, we don't have the resources because we're only making $50,000 a year. So we can't fix this big house. We can't warm this big house. We can't do a lot of things that we need to do to this big house. So we're going to patch up on it. But
And I think a lot of that comes in knowledge too, because
just
it's not
disagree with both of
necessarily
y'all.
that grandma didn't have money to leave. She just cashed it in to use it to get somebody out of jail.
I
Oh,
disagree.
man.
You see what I'm saying?
So just
no,
different
no,
situations.
listen. I had a cousin. I had a cousin who took a second mortgage out on her, had paid the house off, took a second mortgage to use it for her daughter to do something. A week later, she ended up passing
And then there's a debt.
on
Oh,
both
man.
sides.
But you know
Okay.
what though?
What up is?
We afford what we want. We got this house that's dilapidated or whatever, but we got the Louis bag, we got the rims, we got
True,
the
true,
scat
true.
packs, we got the SRTs, we got all of that stuff.
oh yeah, we're gonna
Because
pay the image.
That's our value system.
Yeah, we're gonna pay the image.
We coming
for
up
you.
on a different value system. If we have things, then we feel like we have made it. But we're not appropriating.
Or
We're
they
not
just make me
using
feel
the
good
right things to
sometimes.
appropriate.
This make me feel good sometimes. I still don't think I've made it. I just feel good when I buy these things.
Yeah,
And then you
Therapy.
put them in a house that has no insurance.
that ain't got no
Retail
insurance.
therapy
Oh,
is a real
man.
thing.
The
Okay.
paint chipping.
Yeah.
You got a brand new 75-inch ultra clear
Oh, my
HD.
goodness.
But see, that was
This,
a Black
that, and
Friday
the
sale.
third.
Like it's all,
No,
I got a
it was
deal.
it was a Black Friday sale.
What you
so
got,
I
Dwayne?
saved money.
Pull a mic. Pull a mic.
I think it's priority and purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's get back to the root of the thing. All right. Because when you're gonna deal with something, you got to deal with the root of the issue.
True. How did this
And the
start?
root of the issue is how and when did this happen? Now I'm gonna give you something that's really gonna probably stir the whole pot, because everybody was for us to get what we got in the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
But I think, me personally, it caused more harm than it did help.
Okay.
I think we were sold something that we thought we needed, but we really already had it, but we thought we needed it because they told us it was what we needed, but they had already worked around putting in a plan in play that kept us under what they had anyway. So we get a seat at the counter after they own the counter. We get a seat. We get to go into the restroom, into the everybody place, but after they already made sure that they owned the place. So the thing is, they made us feel like we were missing something. We should have had what they wanted. We should have let them know we got community. We got each other back. Y'all should get this. But no, we start running behind what they told us we needed to have. And that's where it started.
So the American dream should not have been our dream from the beginning.
I would say in that context that the idea of better. You know, sometimes as parents say, I want to give my kids a better life than I had. But what you don't realize is that life you had was actually better.
We began
to take a struggle at a young age taught me the value of this really just materialistic stuff. I don't need that. I know when I was in high school, I wanted a job. I begged my mama to get a job, literally. Like, I was around here 13. They thought I was 16. And I would go to Piggly Wiggly in Midfield, and they'd be like, hey, ma'am, your son don't want to bag groceries? And I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and do it. She's like, well, you ain't even old yet.
What I look like is stop.
But the kids now, it's easier for me to ask you to do this for me than for me to work and get it.
They're scamming now.
Oh, yes, in class.
Little work is possible to get it.
Scamming. They selling weed at school.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to the village and our value system, and are we all on the same page with that
Black
value
ain't got no
system?
value. I've been saying that all night.
Yeah.
It has value. It's just declining.
And who does?
Zero.
It's like the American dollar. It has a certain value.
You're valuable.
But if you, the person that's holding the dollar, don't value it, it means nothing.
You're valuable. But if you're not valuable to me, then you hold no value.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But if you ain't got no value in yourself, it doesn't matter whether you have value for me. I know what I hold.
I think that's the point.
No, I get what you're saying.
We're black together.
Yeah, right.
You can be valuable as a person, but if you're not valuable to me, you hold no value. Period. That's what I'm telling you. Like, and as a collective, we don't even care about. We don't have any morals, no values. Like, we'll kill each other. Yeah. We'll flip each other off. We don't want to see each other, as a whole. We don't want to see each other make it. I don't want to see you have more than me. You know what I mean? Like, we got that underlying hatred for each other.
How did that happen? What's the root of that? But before we answer that question,
before you go to break,
okay.
Entitlement. Think about it on the break.
So we're not gonna go to break. I'm gonna keep it going, but I am gonna open the phone lines back up. 994-8949 is the number. 994-8949 is the number if you want to get in on this conversation. Just all of this from a simple question about your blackness that it kind of just takes on an answer of its own. No value, wanting better, wanting more, all those different things. The phone lines are open, so let's take a call. Caller, you are in with Vital. What's your question, comment, thoughts, or feelings?
Yes.
Hey.
The thing that I got from what y'all got going on and talking about is the value starts with our kids' upgrades.
Okay.
There's no more certified upgrades to where we used to be like to love to go to school. Can we say our children love to go to school now? I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
Because you got so much of negativity that the children are surrounded with. So what we got to deal with is more right upbringing.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for that call. Caller, you're back in with Vital. Listen through your radio. Listen through your phone, not the radio. There you go. Hey,
hello.
Welcome back. Yeah.
I called earlier. You told me to call back.
Yeah, because we wanted to know, are you living better? You said you moved to another neighborhood or community to live better. So we want to know if you're actually living better.
I am living a whole lot better. A whole lot better. The property values are up on my house and everything else. I'm single. I have no kids. Not married.
Turn up then.
Yeah. So I look forward to if I ever meet somebody that I really want to be with, to have kids. The neighborhood is safe. It's quiet. And that's what the value I have for myself.
Okay.
I want it. If I have kids, I want them to grow up in a neighborhood that is safe.
Gotcha. I see your phone number. I'm gonna hit you up after the show.
Hey, it's all right. I'm single. I ain't got no baggage now.
How old are you?
But I don't play no games.
How old are you?
I'm 56.
I knew it. Okay,
56.
well, we gonna see
What
what
is this Christian
Lillian talking about over there in the corner.
We just
But you gotta think about this though.
Okay.
I've been saving all my years, so I'm financially secure.
Okay then. All right. Well, we
You
gonna
gotta
write the
think
number
about that
down.
also.
Yeah, but that
I
don't
want
mean
to
you
be
ready
able to
for
offer
relationship.
You
something to
56
somebody,
with no kids.
and I'm
Now,
bringing
hold up
something
now.
to the table.
Okay.
That's the most important thing I've ever learned about a relationship.
Is what
got
you
to be able
say?
to bring something to the table before you get in a relationship.
He said you got to bring something to the table before you get in relationships. Okay, that's what he said.
Is that why he's still single?
But you
Maybe.
56 with no kids, bro. Nobody's ever even tricked you with a child. You know,
That's right.
sometimes women will trick you with a child. You think about
That's
it.
right. They sure will.
And he said,
That's why I
I
have
ain't been.
sisters, grandmothers, and everybody else that always educated me about these type of things.
Okay.
You can't have a baby just with anybody.
I'm just saying, bro, you're 56. You ain't a fresh catch anymore now.
You got to settle for something.
You're not a fresh
catch. What y'all not
catch
about to do
anymore.
is
You know what I
harass
mean?
the callers, okay?
We just saying.
994-8949 is the number. 994-8949 is the number. He said that he is living better. And I guess the rest of that just kind of threw it off as to like, okay, so you are living better, but you are 56 and you don't have children or a partner. So you can live however you want to live. Black or not.
We need some 56-year-olds with some family, at least 2 kids, a husband or something to give us an answer to that.
Yeah, like
because it's easy. I ain't gonna say necessarily easier when you're single, but you only have yourself to look out for.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is kind of selfish in a certain extent, but
so
and still single. Not he said he got somebody. You single.
So let's
okay. Let me protect that though. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Let me protect that, and it's possible because I married a lady, right?
Okay.
Who was 55.
Okay.
Single with no kids.
Okay.
No, sir. She was waiting on me.
Okay.
That's what she was waiting on.
But so you
you
didn't have your own situation?
No, I had a very complex situation.
No,
but
so that's what we.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's possible to be in that situation and not have something wrong with you if that's what you think about.
Right.
So, but there can be, I've noticed from both sides of the road, something can be wrong with somebody, but guess what? There can be people who just set in their mind that guess what? I'm going to save myself.
Just waste my time.
I'm not going to sit in the corner, but I'm not going to just give myself to anybody because I'm okay with me being by myself.
So look, is that let's look at it for what it is because of the topic of conversation tonight. Do we think that that's a black or white thing too? Like how we look at dating and single people and singletude and having children?
I think not necessarily. I think the current state of society does that for us. Television, social media, that says to some people you can have 4 or 5 kids and still get wifed up and ain't got to work. But then you have some out there, you got 4 or 5 kids and you still living in Winona Projects, you know, suffering your Section 8. I know, I was a current visitor there. But I'm just saying, I think society sets a standard for some people if that's what you want to idolize your life to.
Society has also told us that white women go to college to get married, to find a husband.
They do.
And ain't nobody ever told me that. I was told to go to school to get a degree.
Amen.
And don't have no babies.
Amen.
Okay. So I do think that is a black and white thing when it comes to what we look for, even with building families and dating.
But the thing is that it's what's encouraged, it's what's told, and it's once again, let's go back. It's what's been lost in the cycle.
In the sauce.
Because there you go like that. But understand if you don't know any better, right? Let's get down to it. How can you do better when you don't know better?
Okay, so how can you do better if you don't know better? A couple of comments from our online viewers and listeners. Black men are choosing to be single. That's one. And then this one says, it's kind of hard to get black men in middle age when 54% of black men are single and childless.
Are they?
Childish. I think they mean
childish. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 994-8949 is the number. 994-8949 is the number. I see you calling. I'm gonna get you to hold on for a second because I want to hear what's in studio. What is?
Black men are choosing to be single because
oh man,
it's not a good business decision for black men.
Yeah.
It's a business contract. not a good business decision for most black men. So they decide to.
Because when you
be
think
single.
about it,
That's
most
so
black
disappointing.
men
It's disappointing. It's,
off the
it's
top
sad.
child support.
Really?
So that's knocking off a man's certain level of
Is
living.
this fact? What is happening here? So black men don't feel that black women are good business partners?
No.
And
they
then
do
you
not.
say that most black men are going to be put on child support by some other black woman somewhere?
Everywhere.
What in the world is happening here?
Oh, I mean, this is a problem
Lillian,
for
help.
me. I wish I could help, but I'm a walking red flag to a lot of people.
Me too.
I am 38.
It's because you bossed
never
up.
been
They
That's the
married,
issue.
never
like you,
kids,
like
never had
Lillian.
kids.
Let me give you
So,
some bills. What you say? Go down the list again. You're what?
I'm 38, never been married, no kids, and I think I'm pretty successful. But unfortunately, I'm a red flag. Yeah, that that's how y'all treat me.
Okay. Be 100 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm treated like the plague around here. I mean, Kate Love wants love too. We can have a whole show on that.
It's coming. Third Sunday.
Look at God. Look at
It's
God.
coming.
Look at God.
So okay.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's absolutely nothing
I
wrong
think that's
with that.
why society's going down the drain now.
Because
It's because people still doing the one night standers, and you end up getting pregnant without even knowing.
Let me tell you something.
who you with.
Okay, I don't know you, and now we have a child on the way. But on top of that, HIV numbers have risen in Alabama, in the county. So everybody's like trying to figure out how that came about, what's going on. Apparently, more of the same. They had gone down during the pandemic. Now they're up. They've skyrocketed up. So we'll be talking about that soon on the show as well. Like I ain't
Now you
no
taking prep.
no
Anybody on prep?
no. Clearly no.
Tragic.
And they're having one night stands and having sex with people they don't know. I believe in the preservation of the black family and the family structure, period. But if everything that you just named is a red flag, is it a red flag because black men are not rising to the occasion? I know a lot of men that don't have a job, don't have a car, don't have vision, don't have plans, don't have an education.
Can I help Kate on one thing? I mean, give me the real name. What is this again?
Our Lillian.
Our Lillian.
Well, that's my real name too.
I know. Can I help our Lillian on one thing?
Sure.
The reason that she's still in the situation that she's in
is it a situation?
Because most men are fearful.
Yeah.
They are fearful of someone who has that many things on the positive side.
And I'm okay weeding
I know.
them
I mean,
out.
I'm not saying. I'm just
That
saying.
part I'm good
and
with
that's
weeding
good.
out.
But the thing is, that's why it is because they want you to either baby them, greet them with the babyisms, and take care of them, or they feel some kind of way because you're already sustained and substantially set, and they have no clue on how to get there.
Okay, so clearly I got a little manual over here. I can help you with that.
But they don't see it like that. They see it as fearful. They're fearful because they can't see themselves getting there, and they've been told somebody like you don't really want them. You gotta get in the psyche of what people have been telling them and embedding in their head, and a lot of times that.
Oh, let's go to the phone lines first.
I got a point.
Caller in. What you got?
Hello,
Yes. Hey there. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm sitting here enjoying our conversation.
Okay. Well, go ahead with your comment or your thoughts or feelings or your questions.
Well, where it started off was talking about black. I hear one guy ask consistently what is black. So that's my question too, because where I understand black to be is it's a slave type, and it was labor. It was labor to put us in a category lawfully and everything else. You own your property.
Okay.
So, and we wasn't never supposed to know about it. So that it takes the black history. Well, if it wasn't on our P's and Q's, Martin Luther King, 75 years from now, would have been white in the history book. You see what I'm saying? Because they keep doing these things here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that call. Caller, you're in with Vital. What's your question or comment, thoughts or feelings?
Hey, Vital, how y'all doing?
We're good. How are you?
Doing fine. One thing, there's a lot of records going on.
It's a lot of what?
I hear a lot of back and forth.
We hear you fine. Turn your radio all the way down and then just listen through your phone.
All right. Um, what I found out is that we gotta start accepting who we are, and what I mean by this is that if you're dating a young lady, you gotta accept her who she are, and not try to change her.
Right.
Vice versa.
Right. You gotta accept the fool
And
she
I
is.
and I really
Okay.
believe that that relationship will last a lot longer.
Okay.
That's one thing I picked up on.
Okay.
And I'm on my second marriage and it's working well. That first,
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the comments in. Got one more. Caller, you're in with Vital. What's your question, comments, thoughts, or feelings? Got a few seconds.
and white men.
Hello.
You got to transfer
Hello?
for these calls.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. I don't know what's going on my phone.
It's kind of choppy, but go ahead. We can hear you a little bit.
Okay. My partner up here just calling and we listen to you all.
Okay.
One of the things I have to tell you is that 1% of black men, or just 60% of black men are. No.
I'm not sure what's going on. It's choppy. But I got the percentages. You've been dropping the percentages in the stream as well. I'm gonna go ahead and read this one. Then we'll keep it moving because I know Dave popped up to say something. I disagree. 60% are better a black man in the middle age or in the middle class. Now that number is grown. Another comment. I am 38 minutes. That's the reason why 25% of black men who get married outside of their race. Yeah, y'all done took this to a whole nother place. Okay. We're gonna keep it in studio. we gonna keep it right here. Dave, you remember what you were gonna say? Okay, come on.
Speaking about the what Kate was saying, Arlene. I say this from a place of respect. I think it's because you floss your boss sauce.
I was gonna say that,
and I think a lot of people, intimidation. They're intimidated by the name, and then too,
it's a confidence level.
It's a compliment, but it's dudes that don't have a game together. I don't think
that ain't the man she won't no way. That
true story.
That's
not the man that she wants.
And that's what
she
I was
don't
gonna
want
say.
the man that
got a certain level
that
of
is
confidence
intimidated
about
by
herself,
her.
Right.
That
you
got to come with it to get it.
To be a young black woman in the funeral profession, and then you do it like that. Like every time we look up, you here, you there, you doing this, blah, blah. It's a lot of dudes sitting back like, nah, man, I don't know if I can,
She don't, and those are the not favorables.
I know we was talking about black, being black and all of that. But you remember in Think Like a Man, that movie, when Steve Harvey said the point, if you make all the money, does he have to? Is that an issue? I mean, on both sides of the spectrum. Like, with a woman to get with a man, I ain't saying necessarily you got to make more, but do you have to be at that same level to say I have to be with this person and vice versa?
No. I need you to be.
So you would take a person of lesser status.
I mean, majority of the people I date, they're gonna be if you want to say lesser status. I mean, let's just be real.
Get on the mic, Kat.
Nowadays, most successful black women, their counterparts, they are making more. Nowadays, a lot of them are. So, a lot of women is looking for the compatibility,
right?
The support. I'm big on character,
right?
Like your core, what your mama taught you. That's what I'm looking for.
Correct. You don't have to financially be fit enough to be in the ring with me. This is real.
Somebody lying.
This is true.
It's a lot of lies. I'm not saying necessarily you, but I'm just saying necessarily the logic.
No matter what you do, I want you to be happy with what you do. Because when you're happy with what you do, it's gonna be some rough times at work. But when you come home, I don't need you bringing everything whatever you're doing out there in the world, bring it back home to me. Because when I come home, that's my peace. And I need you to be my peace here. I don't need you to be upset with the world because you breaking your neck doing something you don't enjoy.
Now, Tabitha Brown retired her husband from the police force when she got her
But
money.
I'm also finna make a point that Gabrielle Union said she thought it okay to cheat on her husband because she was making more money.
But she's using a reference of Gabrielle Union.
No, but I'm saying it's still in the money. I'm just saying whatever your status is, everybody know where they are financially. Are you okay with saying the person has to come up to where I am, or I can take somebody lesser?
So it's different standards for different women.
Well, honestly, I don't have
it depends on the woman.
I don't have to know what you do or anything. I just need to know in conversation where you coming from, what's your mindset, how you gonna treat me, because all these things can be taken away. For 3 weeks I was blind, and I had someone to dump me because of the accident I had been in. My face was burned up. They thought I wasn't gonna be able to see out of at least one eye. But that was his character at the end of the day.
You showed me who you were.
That's who. I mean, when things can be stripped away from you, you know. But at the end of the day, what is your character? What makes you you? That's all I'm looking for.
So do we need to roll up on them and say, "Look at me now"?
You know who watching. You know who watching. Hey, so right, you know he watching. So as we wrap up this Black History Month, we've been all around the world and back again. What's up, Dwayne?
I just got one question.
What's your question?
Back to the Black. What happened to Black is beautiful, Black is strong, I'm Black and I'm proud?
I'm Black and I'm proud.
What happened to that? And in all seriousness, we've ran the gamut tonight. But if we want to talk about Blackness, that's what's missing in Black. So the definition, we have redefined Black according to somebody else. So
the conversation continues here. We'll continue to be Black every time you tune in. Nothing's going to change about that. This is just the month that the Nationals have given to celebrate Blackness, but we do it every day, every week here on Vital. How was that for our first show, guys?
Woo! That was fun.
Dave, what you think about it? What you think? You know, you they good? Okay, we're going to see what Chuck think. All right. Okay, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Y'all be sure to tune in every Sunday night at 7 p.m. right here for the Abby Award-winning Vital Show. 15 years is what it is, and hopefully you enjoyed and found somebody that you like on the show tonight, and you can listen in for them. Their social media will be shared soon, and you can go see who it is, what they do, where they be at. As for me, I'll be back tomorrow at noon for Lady Wu's Midday Fun Shui. Y'all enjoy your night. Be vital.
That was the perfect outro.